Hey everyone, Coach Wolverine coming at you today, and today's topic of question, or it's not really a question, it's more of something that I kind of just realized about myself and I felt like I was going to share, is overindulgence due to being rooted in a scarcity mindset in all aspects of life. Okay? So, growing up, my family wasn't exactly in the higher class. There was a lot of this with the finances in our household. And unfortunately, that instilled in me a very scarcity mindset around money. That you have to work really hard for it, that it's hard to come by, that money is evil, that whatever bad view that you can post to money. Well, the one thing that I've learned is money is neither good or bad, right? It's just there. It does things or it doesn't do things with whatever intention you have behind using said money. Just like in life, everything just is, but the way we perceive it is the way that we are. So, money is a very interesting thing to have a scarcity mindset rooted in, because it's one of those things that's so powerful in our lives that it can trickle into so many different aspects of our life. It can trickle into our self-worth. It can make us reach out into other avenues to try and fulfill that scarcity. Food, other addictions, to alcohol, to drugs, to anything that's going to make us chase a feeling in anticipation, hoping to feel fuller, better, more fulfilled. And I was actually having a conversation last night with a buddy who he's been working really hard over the last little bit in his life, and I can't express enough how happy I am for him, because he has this amazing new career opportunity where he's going to be making sick coin. And we were actually talking about financials, and he had the belief that when his bank account was full that he was going to feel this way. And he was just describing to me last night, he's like, yeah, my bank account's now full, but I still have this feeling. And so I found that was interesting, because if we want to be happy, we have to be happy now, right? Not when the account's full, not with a nice car, not with a big house, the happiness isn't outside anywhere. It's nothing to be obtained. It's something to be felt in here by choice, right? So, having a scarcity mindset of our money, and then thinking that, well, having more money in my account is going to be fulfilling and going to make me happy, and then realizing that, no, this money didn't change how I felt at all. It took away the stresses of money. It got rid of some stresses, but it didn't implement the happiness or the emotion that we felt like chasing. So, just to share a quick experience, I learned that one of my biggest issues in life, outside of the scarcity mindset around money that I had, that I tried to fill that scarcity with, was food. This was a tough one, because this was a big thing that for a good chunk of my life I played the victim on, right? So I have hypothyroidism, so it's very difficult for me to lose weight in the first place. But I used to use that as a crutch. I used to use that as my vice, and I used to play that into my victim story as to why I couldn't lose weight, why I couldn't look the way I wanted to look, why I was never happy, because I couldn't, I had friends that if they dieted for 6 weeks and did some cardio every day, they'd literally lose 20 pounds and have a six-pack and all that stuff. And so that was the story I was telling myself, was that, I was a victim of circumstance due to looking a certain way, or my weight or performance or whatever. And so I learned that I was making myself a victim because I was using food as a fulfillment to fulfill my scarcity around money. When I realized that, it was kind of like a big kick in the teeth. So it's just like, fuck, that's me. I did that. That's my own fault. I created my reality because of the story I was telling myself and identifying with. And I know a lot of people that will do stuff outside of it. So that's my story. My story was using food as the crutch. Now, my question for you is, what are you using as your story? If you have a scarcity mindset around something, maybe it's scarcity around food because there wasn't enough food. Maybe it's a scarcity around time in a relationship, a scarcity around oh man, anything at all, just whatever it is that you have that you feel like you don't have enough of at the root, at the core. What are you doing to fill that scarcity with? And justifying to yourself that it's good for you. So I justified to myself when I was competing that I needed to eat all this food, get all the calories in because I needed to recover. I needed to get stronger with all these calories when I was just eating myself sick to fulfill that scarcity around money. So my rooted scarcity in money was fueling a very bad habits that I was creating an identity and story around, thus robbing myself of my own unhappiness because I was hurting myself. And so ask yourself this question: where is a root fear or a concern that you have in your life, and what are you trying to fulfill that with through justifications as to, well, this makes me feel better this way, instead of just attacking the root, changing your relationship with the problem. Because that's the thing is, so the scarcity around money thing that used to be there, and the using food to fulfill that scarcity was simply my relationship to both. There's enough food. I don't need to be scarce around it. And there's more than enough money in the world. I don't need to feel scarce around that. So what is in your life? What do you have to change the story you're telling yourself around? What do you have to change your relationship with in your life? And I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, coach@thewolverine.lifestyle. I'd love to have this conversation, or simply comment below. That is it for everything today, guys. Please like, share, subscribe on whatever platform you're consuming this on. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.